Hello, Joy here. Um, this is a bit tongue-in-cheek, but I thought that it would be useful for me to go over some of the most common errors that I see at this level, level 103, and I call it my pet peeve list. I don't know if you know what the expression pet peeve means. If you don't, I'll let you look it up. Word Reference is a great site for that, by the way, wordreference.com. So let's get to it. Oh, by the way, how does this work? Okay. My brother lives in Georgia with an apostrophe S here, of course. That's wrong. In fact, I suspect at this level nobody's really going to make that error, but I would just like to point it out. Third person singular, we add an S. We don't add an apostrophe S. If I would have known you were sick, I would have brang you some flowers. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Well, that almost breaks my heart to read something like that. If I had known you were sick, I would have brought you some flowers. We cannot put the if and the would together. Would of is never, ever correct. It's what it sounds like, but we should never write it. And brang, of course, is not even a word in English. So I can't say if I would have, not if I would have, never, and brang, as I said, is not even a word in English. We don't say bring, brang, brung. We say bring, brought, brought. I have seen him last week. That's incorrect. I saw him last week because when we have a specified time in the past, like last week, I need to use the simple past. This is kind of a common error that Anglophones make. My brothers, for example, make this error. They're Anglophones, as am I. We ate there several times. This could be grammatically correct if you're speaking about a defined time in the past. For example, if you say, when I lived in Quebec City, we ate at Le Petit Coin Latin several times. But if you're speaking about just a general time in the past, and that it's a possibility that you'll eat there again, then you need to use the present perfect. Again, this is a very typical error of that Anglophones make. Did you finish it yet? I can understand why people say this. Grammatically, though, it is incorrect because of the word yet. Yet means an undefined time in the past, so in fact I should be using the present perfect. Have you finished it yet? That said, I hear people say this all the time. I wouldn't stress out over it too much if I were you. Voila. We were wanting to go to the movie. I also hear this sometimes, and McDonald's, actually, if you eat McDonald's or if you've ever seen a McDonald's commercial, they make mistakes like this all the time when they say, I'm loving it. It's incorrect because want or love, these are non-progressive verbs. They're not true actions. So in that case, you need to use the simple past. We wanted to go to the movie. Non-progressive. Me and my cousin went shopping last night. I hear this all the time. I see it written all the time. It's completely incorrect. You cannot say me went shopping last night. So you can say my cousin went shopping last night, or you could say I went shopping last night, in which case you should say my cousin and I went shopping last night. Don't begin your sentence with an object pronoun like me. Please. So my real question is, who can start a sentence with me? There's only one being. It's the Cookie Monster. When he or she or it, we don't know what the Cookie Monster is, says, me want cookie. Oh, this one, I hear it all the time. It drives me nuts. Please call Mary, Peter, or myself before the end of the day. Please call Mary, Peter, or me before the end of the day. Because you wouldn't, if you were to remove the words Mary, Peter, and the word or, you wouldn't say, please call myself before the end of the day. You would say, please call me before the end of the day. So I hear this all the time. I don't understand. People think they're being sophisticated by using the word myself, but they're using it incorrectly, which makes them, anyway, that's a story for another day. We left the door open because we wanted the cat to come in. This one, you might not recognize the error so much, but it's the comma, no comma before a subordinating conjunction, the word because. Me, I think that I might learn something in this course. It's a translation from French, so you just need to get rid of the me. I think I might learn something in this course. I hope that you think you might learn something in this course. It's wrong in French, too. There's 500 ways to peel a banana. I understand that when we're speaking, people say it, but in fact, 500 is more than one, so we would need to say there are 500 ways to peel a banana. Her and I thought about buying a Mercedes. Same thing. You cannot say her thought about. You can only say she thought. So that's the answer. She and I thought about buying a Mercedes. So start your sentence with an subject pronoun. This is the first time that I see many of these grammar errors. This is a translation from French into English. It's incorrect. When you're talking about a first time or the second time or 1,000 times and we don't know when, we need to use the present perfect. Uh-oh, I have to sneeze. Trying to make it stop. Okay. We are 8. Imagine you go to a restaurant and there are 8 of you who are waiting to be seated and it's incorrect. We say it in French, but it's incorrect to say we are 8. You would need to say there are 8 of us. I know that we're never going to have this situation in English class. We're never going to pretend that we're going to a restaurant. I just thought I would point it out. These ones are spelling: which, what, where and were, there, wit, etc. So these are just words that you have to learn how to spell correctly. Whoop-a-loy, sorry about that. Which, what, and then the difference between where and were, there, and there. If you don't know what the difference is, look it up. There are more. Of course, there are more things that drive me nuts a little bit, but I think that's enough. That's enough for the moment. There's an error there too. Whoop-a-loy, that is enough. There we go. That's enough for now. So thank you for listening, and I'll be giving you some grammar homework. Ciao.